Hi everyone. So in this video, I want to walk you through kind of the process of creating the document and doing the paraphrases for the Unit 2 paraphrasing assignment. If you look in the announcement, the first thing that you'll see under the paraphrasing section is a list of steps to take. So the very first thing I want you to do to prepare for this assignment is to look through those articles in the paraphrasing resources folder and then read over these assignment details carefully and then watch this video. If you look over these paraphrasing assignment details, it's going to tell you that you're going to be working with that new source that you found in the database exploration worksheet. So you picked an article that's going to give you the topic for the next unit's paper that I assigned. You picked one of the three, and then you went out and you found an article on your own about that topic through the database exploration. And that article is going to be your reading number 3 for the class, the one that you found on your own. And that's the one that we're going to use as the basis for our paraphrasing. So as we look through this, it's going to tell us exactly how to set up your paraphrases. So I'm going to go ahead and open a Word document and just give you an example of how this is going to look. So my recommendation would be to have the assignment details pulled up and to open up a Word document. So I'm going to open up a new blank Word document. And I'm actually the kind of person who likes to have things right in front of me. So I'm going to just copy the directions right into my Word document and then erase them as I do the actual instructions. And then the other thing I would recommend that you have is just have the article pulled up, your Research 3 article, the article that you found. So for this example, I'm going to say that in our class, I am reading an article called Ungrading. That was not one of the options, but I didn't want to use one of your options in case we hit on the same article. It was another article, maybe that I think that we used last semester. It's called Ungrading, and it's about the idea of getting rid of grades, particularly at the collegiate level. So I went online and found this article. You would have gone on EBSCOhost and found an article. But this is what I'm saying is my reading number 3. My reading number 2 is the one that my instructor gave me called Ungrading, and then this is on the same topic, and I found it on my own. And I'm going to use this as my reading number 3. So here it is in all of its glory. So I have that pulled up right here in this tab. So when I'm in my Word document, I actually don't love Calibri, so I'm going to put it in Times New Roman. I feel like y'all know that about me by now. Okay, so copy and paste the 1 to 2 sentence excerpt from the source. Quote exactly as it appears in the text. Put quotation marks around the excerpt as it comes directly from your source. Add the citation, the author's last name, the year of publication, and the page or paragraph number. And that's how I'm going to include my first quotation. And I'm going to mark it as quotation number 1. I don't love these little bullet points, so I'm going to get rid of them. All right, so those are my instructions. So the first thing I need to do is go through and pick something that I think would make for a good paraphrase. So I'm going to be looking probably not for things that are going to be difficult to paraphrase. So an example is it's going to be hard for me to paraphrase something like 200 students and her small foundation course in the new museum studies program with 30 students. That's going to be difficult for me to put in my own words. This is an example of something that might be better quoted. Some of these quotes that she has where she uses strong opinions from her recent evaluations, again, might be better suited in her own language. So I'm searching around for something good to include. And I like this. Okay, so this paragraph right here. So I'm going to... I like the idea here that I want to talk about kind of right here. So I'm going to pick this little selection as my quote. And I'm going to add an attributive tag before my quote because that's just how I do. This is it's kind of a long quote. Let me actually check the word count on it. How long is this? How long are you? This is 60 words, so this would actually be a block quote. So I'm going to go ahead and show y'all how to make a block quote. It's 3 sentences, which is kind of a lot. But I think that this is relevant to include. So I'm going to show y'all how to do a block quote. I am going to look at the author's name, and the author is Marty Levine. And this is actually quoting from Bender. So Gretchen Bender. So Levine isn't the one saying it. Gretchen Bender is. Gretchen Bender. And we don't know who the heck that is, so I'm going to explain it a little bit more. And since the quote that I picked was more than 40 words, which I probably should strive not to have it be that way, but I like this quote, so we're going to go for it. If it's more than 40 words, and I could tell, you guys probably couldn't, y'all probably couldn't see this, but down here, I just highlighted the quote itself, and it popped up and it told me right there that this is 69 words long. So that's more than 40 words. So I need to do a block quotation. So I'm including the block quotation, and it has some quotes inside of it, and I'm going to leave those. Okay, so I copy and pasted the 1 to 2 sentences from the source, quote exactly as it appears in the text. So it says put quotation marks around the excerpt as it comes directly from your source, but that's not actually true because this is a block quote, and block quotes don't have I'm actually really glad I did this. Block quotes do not have quotes around them. They're just set off like this. So you have a little explanation of what's coming and then a colon, and then you put the quote. And then the citation. So this is actually what Gretchen Bender said, but this is another reason that I'm really glad I'm doing this so that you can see how different scenarios will call for different things. This is Gretchen Bender being cited in Levine's article, as cited in Levine. That's going to be 2021. 2021. And I'm going to count the paragraphs where I found it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Oh, I think I went too far. Oh, here we go. It's right here. I did go too far. Go back. 1, 2. And if you're like, why is she doing this? This is what you need to do too. So I'm just showing you the process. If it's not exact, if you're like, do I count this sentence as a paragraph or not? Make the call yourself and I'll figure it out from the general ballpark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. Okay, so this is in paragraph 20. Paragraph 20, and that's how that goes. Normally, the period goes after the quotation, but here it doesn't because it's a block quote, and block quotes break all the rules. I'm going to show you a traditional quote as well, a formatting for that as well, so you have an idea of what to follow in that scenario also. Okay, so this is my quote. I've got my citation, so I'm going to get rid of that. I don't need to put quotation marks around it because it's a block quote, because the reason that it's a block quote is that anytime you have a selection that's over 40 words, you make it a block quote format, and then copy and paste the 1 to 2 sentence excerpt from the source. I did. That's my quotation. Now you can see directly under each excerpt, write your paraphrase of it. Remember to change words and sentence structure. Make sure that the paraphrase sounds natural and that it is in your own words and style without losing the author's meaning. And then include a properly formatted parenthetical citation or narrative citation. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. So I'm going to put this in my own words. I'm going to do the actual paraphrasing right now. I'm going to include the same information as before because it's important to know. And you can see me pausing, you can see me going back. This is a process that you should do as well when you're paraphrasing. Okay. So what I'm trying to do here is take this idea in their words here and put it into my own words without it looking too close. So you obviously can't see me doing this, but what I did was I wrote this as I wasn't looking at it. And now I'm going to add an APA citation. And I'm actually running out of time on the video. So what I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to show you, I'm going to submit this sample so that you can see it. And I will include a formatted shorter quote of how it would look if it wasn't block quotations and it was under 40 words. But this is basically what you're going to do. And you're just going to keep, so you'll do quotation number 2 under, paraphrase 2 underneath this. So I'll go ahead and start this and I will post a copy of this for you to follow as an example in our announcement, but I just wanted you to see the process of doing this work.